to the people joining online to just maybe ask if they can have it for the few minutes that were left. Then I'm going to like do the demo from scratch and see if they can all follow. And maybe you can just give me a shout out every time so that we can like commit new things. Maybe as we're taking before taking a break, we can commit something new, then we can also do at the end. Yeah, I think maybe 3 commits.
Oh, that sounds great. And thank you so much again for going to the office. Is Janice coming to help you today?
Janice is here too, and Sankor is here. We're all here.
Fantastic. Oh, you guys are going to have a party there.
Yeah. We're more close to reach because we're people online. Yeah. That's how your experience with kids. Maybe give you a floor for you to like show us. You just talk. You know you have to. Sorry.
In the meantime, can everyone gives me a thumbs up if you have talked to your mentor so far? You guys haven't really talked to your mentors yet? Or have you talked to your mentors? I cannot really hear you.
Yeah, there are 2 hands. There are 3 hands. Okay. 5 hands. Yeah, that's 5 hands.
Oh, I'm so glad. There was such a big quiet, and I was like, oh gosh, what's happening? So 5 people have. Fantastic. I will send you guys out another survey just to see how your chat went. And please, when you can, with the mentorship agreement, you can send it to me as a Word document, or you can also upload it within your own Google Drive folders. If you go into Google Drive, you'll see participants, folders, and assignments. And I made up a folder for everyone, and there's a folder where you can upload your mentorship agreement. This is just so you keep track of that document. If that's all good.
It's good. Is it the speaker? Probably it's the speaker. Probably it's somewhere.
It's problem with Geneva. Because we tested it before.
So it's fine.
So yeah, it was fine.
Speakers. Okay.
Geneva, can you speak again? There is like you were breaking a bit on this side, and I'm not sure if it's the internet or it's my laptop.
Test. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you now.
Okay, good. Hopefully it will be okay. I've come to this library just to make sure that my at-home internet issues don't influence my connection. So I really hope that today's connection, I'm going to have a really good one. Fingers crossed. And hi, Nama.
Hi, Juniper.
How are you? Good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, sorry about the whole health issue. I hope you're doing better now.
Yes, slowly. I've been just eating antibiotics for dessert. But I have to have another CT this week. Something is my lung is not happy with me. It's the first time. It's really strange.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. I hope you're able to get the best care, but also get enough rest.
Yes, I'm trying. When I sent everyone on our WhatsApp group a screenshot of how I'm making the surveys. So I didn't send you guys where I was sending that from, but that was from the emergency department. So
Get some rest, Juniper. We'll be okay. We'll be here waiting.
yes, but the surveys come first. So even if the doctors were telling me to like slow down, I was like, no, I have to do this. So,
Yeah.
how are you doing? How was your week?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well that other week. I couldn't join the session on Monday, but I was able to catch up last week. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. I saw that you also added me onto your GitHub repo. So thank you so much. That's actually a shout out to everyone that only 3 people have added me. I think it's because most people haven't filled out the post-workshop 5 survey, where one of your tasks is to add me as a collaborator to your GitHub repository, because then I can see that you have been able to make it up. And if any questions come up, just let me know. Yes. If anyone has any questions?
Nema, do you have the Git desktop on your laptop? And Powell is here too. Maybe those two, if they have it.
Yeah, yes, I do. I usually don't use it. I use it the web version, but I downloaded it for this workshop.
Okay.
Hi, Powell. We were just double checking. So Gloria is in the office. How are you doing? Hi.
I'm doing okay. At least today I can do a video. I'm not in a busy place. Yeah,
Oh,
today I managed to be in the right place.
fantastic. No, it's always great to see when people can put on their cameras. Hopefully your internet connection will be good today and everything.
Yeah, I hope so. I have another one in position.
Fantastic. So we were just double checking. Powell, have you got GitHub Desktop installed on your computer?
Yes, I do. And I think I tried using it in the last session. Yeah, it worked well. I've already installed it on my laptop.
Fantastic. Yeah, we were having a chat with Gloria on Friday, and that's when I was like, oh, could we also maybe incorporate this and just show this? So thank you so much, Gloria, again for taking this on. It was quite a last minute decision, but I think it's fantastic just to see. And if it works for some people, you're welcome to use it in the future. It's just a different way of visualizing some stuff in Git, basically. But it is 4 minutes after our start, so I will hand over to Gloria. I know that I think Wednesday is kind of just missing at the moment, but hopefully you will be joining us soon. But again, thank you so much, Gloria, for leading today's workshop on data visualization in R. So let's get started.
So thank you. And maybe one thing is I'm going to open my Git desktop. You can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So so what we're trying to do today is first trying to use the skills we learned in the last lesson with the Git desktop to have the works that we're going to do in the GitHub, like in our accounts. And what we're going to do is not working with the web directly, is us trying to do things offline so that we can see all the changes in the Git desktop. And then from that, we can now publish them and see the changes that were being made in the website. So there are different ways, like maybe some of you were like, we just work with the web, but let us learn, or let us all take time to learn how we can use the Git desktop, because then when you are in somewhere with no internet, you can always do all these changes. Then when you enter into the internet, you can always just push them and publish them in your accounts for you to see. So I'm going to open my Git desktop. I know my laptop is a bit slow, but we can catch up. Yeah, so when you open your Git desktop, first we have to like maybe know the things we see here. Like for me, I'm having the current repository that I'm working with is Visualization ECR. But and then here I'm having the branch, which is the main, and here is if you want to fetch something from the cloud coming to your local computer, or if you want to push something where you do, then you have open maybe file, then you have to edit anything to see your different repositories, then different branches, if you want to create a new one. And here you have the help. I hope people in online, you can see where my cursor is going. So for us to have the things we're learning today into the accounts that we do have in the Git, So we have to create a new the repo. So you do file, then you create a new repo here. And then you have a tab which is going to appear. So you have to say the name of the repo and maybe a short description of what are you going to keep in that repository that you are creating. Then do you want to choose a path? Because here, in my laptop, like on the documents, that's when I have the GitHub. You see, like, so if I am going back to choose the folder that I'm working with, I have to go to like the documents, then I'm having GitHub, then the name of the repository that I'm going to keep. And then you want to maybe keep a README. So this README is like just a short description. Sometimes it's like, what really are you doing in all the repo that you're going to create? And then, so for me, I will say like, this is visualization. Session. So if you see like I'm keeping space and I'm like there is already a question like it will not create space as space. It will have like what is that? Python or whatever, yeah. So maybe so a good practice is just keeping the underscore so visualization session with ECR program. Then description, maybe you can say learning purposes. And that will describe what you're keeping. Then to add the, you want to do the README so that you can have it at the end and you can always edit it. So I'm going to create my repository. So me creating a repository here is I've created a repository in my local computer. I haven't kept in my cloud yet. So I create a repository. I will see a bit of a change in my, it's taking time, let's see. And you can always catch up as you're doing it, if it will help you to. Okay, so yeah, I created already a new repository, and I'm seeing here the visualization section is ECR. That's the current repository I'm working with. And the current branch I'm working with is main. Why do we want to keep these branches is if I am working everything on the main branch, it means every change that I'm keeping, it will go on the main branch. So if there is any error that you want that will be made, it will probably go straight to the main branch. So sometimes we would want to keep a different branch, work with everything in the other branches. Like for example, you know, we can always collaborate in GitHub. So maybe you create your own branch, Sarah creates own branch and all that. Then after that, we can always push our requests to the main branch to have like, yeah, so that is just like a good practice for us to do. And then after that, we can publish. Publishing a repository, it means it goes on the cloud straight. And so if we make any changes in the folder for the visualization section with ECR, that's when we have all the changes here. But for now, because we didn't do anything, we have 0 changed files. And then after every change that you're going to keep, we'll probably have to write a small description here to say what exactly have we done. So as we're starting the visualization, maybe we just did the data cleaning and just the line plots. So I'll just maybe say data cleaning and line plots and keep. So that every time when I'm making the changes, I'm seeing what exactly is in that folder. Like maybe the new things which were kept. So for now, I think we have to first publish. Let me do this for us to see. Yeah, so we first have to publish repository to keep it in the cloud before we open the current, maybe like a new branch. So I'll publish it and probably go to the cloud and see. So I'm having publishing repository to the github.com. The name is visualization session with ECR. And then I'm having my description. If you have an organization that you're working with, you can always keep it here. And then we do publish repository. And with that, I'm going to open directly my Anybody who has done it already? Yes. It did already sent you to the to your Git account. It did not send, but you can always like see. You can see that. Okay.
You can open it on the browser.
You can open it in the browser and see it's like it has already been created in your account. Can we together? Okay. Yeah. So it is created. So already I'm having like the pop-up. It was like I'm now working on the current main branch. So we don't want to work everything on the main branch because we've already published it. So I will create a new branch here. So we can just do this. Then I create a new branch. I think that's the good place. So you do branch, then you create a new branch, and you can keep it as a testing. Testing maybe with my name like GS. So if someone else is testing, just creating a new branch, maybe testing Harriet, testing Sarah. So you create a branch. So here you see like the main was a default branch that we could work on, but because we don't want everything to go to the main branch to be displayed at the end of the day, just create a new branch. So create a branch. It's just my internet using Nema and Paul, if anyone has a question, you can always pop in. Anyone in the room? Okay, so you can see it has already changed now. The current branch I'm working with is the testing branch and not the main. So if I want to switch differently, I can always choose, but we want to work with the testing here. So I have to publish this branch so that it can go to the cloud that we're working on. So I'll just do publishing here. And then you can see now the folder which is being created in my local computer and all the changes that we were keeping will be there.
So Gloria,
Yes.
as you're working, then as you publish means when you're working, everybody can see. Maybe Harriet can see what.
Yes.
I can see.
Yes. So because I can see what you're doing if I go on your account to see the repository that you do have. So I will see that Phoebe has these reports that were there. And you can choose sometimes to keep your reports private. So if it's private, it means you're the only one who can see it. If I search on your account, I cannot see. You see. So even for me, if I view this on my GitHub, you just do view on my GitHub here. And it opens up my GitHub account. So you see my name is Gloria Salome 20. So I'm having this visualization station with ECR, and I'm having the README because I kept the README, and it has the visualization station for the learning purpose. So all this is being displayed in my account because I already published it. Before publishing, this was not. You could not view this repo, and it tells you like how many branches you do have right now. Yeah, it will display like the main and the testing, something like that. So if we have, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do everything in the testing GS, and when we want to send to the main, it means we have to push them. So it comes as a pull request, and I will have to accept. like I'm taking things from the testing coming to the main, so that like at the end of the day, we're all viewing the main branch. So yeah, so that we can see all these changes. So I will open maybe let's say where now this document is being saved. So mine is on the documents, and then on the GitHub. And then you see, I'm having all these are different repositories that I have, which I worked with in my Git desktop. But the one that we created today is the visualization section with ECR. So opening here and doing any changes in this folder, inside this folder, it will be detected in the Git desktop. So for example, I'm having any R session, for example, let me just take it somewhere. For example, so this is an example, you don't have to do that, but I'm trying to show you the changes that will happen. So for example, like the R, let me take a project. So this is module 5 with the data wrangling. So I will copy here and I will paste it in my GitHub in the repository that I'm having, which I created this. And when I paste this R, Control V, pasting this project here, I did it like locally in my computer, just copying and pasting. But when I come in my Git desktop, so I'll have to change it. So I already have a change because I made changes in my folder that I kept. So like as we're going to do ARA today, is like we are now trying to create a script or maybe a project in the folder that we created right now. So any changes that we're going to do, we'll be committing them because for now, because I'm having this, and probably this is the data wrangling for the preparation of the data for visualization. So I'll just keep here. So this is data wrangling session for the preparations of the data for visualization. Maybe something like that. So something like that. So I will commit. So you see, like it's already telling me like I'm committing to testing GS. So it's not in the main branch. So I'll just commit and it will go straight to the testing GS. If I want to keep it in the cloud, it means I'm just pushing it. You see, I'm pushing this one commit that I did. Like you have one local commit waiting to be pushed to the GitHub. And I'm already still on the testing GS, so I'll just push it. Pushing this will go straight to my my cloud, like in the account, you can be seen, because now you can upload it. So I think what we can do is, so I'm going to try this, I hope it works. Now we're going to open ARA Studio so that we can have like the session, make sure my ARA is closed. So I'm closing my ARA. Is it working to any?
You can select options, so you can change the editing.
So we just do open ARA Studio now. Yeah.
You have this branch on GitHub, right?
Yeah.
So it will go direct
to the testing GS. Yeah, it will not go to the main.
So later on you can.
Yeah, like when you have everything now, you choose the commit you want, then you push it to the main. We will see.
I pushed my branch, but it is not showing.
It's not showing.
Yeah.
What about when you do this? Do you have like these two options?
Yeah.
You have them.
Yeah.
You cannot see it in your cloud.
Yeah.
So let's try to open ARA. So my ARA is now open here. Let's try to open our. So,
Actually, able to. It is only one time.
okay, let's go. So. Did you publish it at first?
Yeah.
Let's try. Maybe open branch. Maybe let me test it. You are GitHub?
So
I think you didn't
I-
need you.
I just, okay.
Yeah, so now you have the 3 branches on your family.
Why you want to do the
It's not open.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry. You read right, I have to close it.
No, you don't have.
I can delete,
Yeah,
there's an option of deleting them.
Sorry.
You can delete,
That is.
you can delete one.
Some. Open and down. Yeah, no, there.
Yeah, sorry. Nehemiah Powell, I don't know if you were able to open your R. It has to come like this. So I'm having the visualization section with ECR, the R studio. So you can see even the directory that the one we're working with. I hope it's like that to everyone. It is?
No.
Okay. Did you open? So I try to close my R and open that. Or maybe we change the directory. Yeah. That's why you kept your folder for
The document.
So you can even save there, like just save the new screen so that you don't.
So I close my eye.
Okay, then open.
Open.
Opening visual.
So that's why it's.
Even me, I don't have that option open. Yeah, I have opening notepad.
Can you share your screen and Juniper will help you? Juniper,
Yeah, everything okay?
so we're having one person having a different visual with the R. Let him share.
So I thought I would just start with just a recap from last session, with Sarah's. We have different workflows with Git, how we're starting up new repositories. As you can see, when we use the GitHub desktop software, we're starting up a new repository locally, and then you push it to the cloud, to GitHub itself, which is a server. When Sarah was showing it, she showed how you can create a new repository on GitHub itself, and then you link it to RStudio later. So we can see that again, like that, these 2 different options. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so this is what I had on mine as well. What you have to select, if you just select RStudio, go for it. It should all work. You can just change the external editor. That should be okay.
You choose the Google directory. I think I can't open.
Can you click on it again?
This repository,
I also need some help with creation of it.
How are you doing,
This time.
Yeah, Powell, feel free to go ahead. I know that you were a little bit behind setting up GitHub Desktop. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I've done so. So I just want like a quick through on how to create a repository, a new one, and then yeah. So let me just share my screen, if that's okay.
Gloria, are you happy to walk Powell through?
Yeah. Can you show me your screen?
Okay, I'm doing so right now.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen, Powell.
Okay, so this is where I am. I don't know if you can see it from that side.
Yeah, we can.
That's a good directory.
So can you create a new repository on your local drive?
Okay.
Then give it a name, maybe visualization. Okay. Then a short description. Maybe learning purposes, so it's the same. Then create. Okay. So you already have your visualization. So we have to publish it. Publish the repository.
Okay.
Yes, then publish. Okay, one who is not there, so that we can go together. Okay, so we have to create a new branch. So you go to branch on the very top left, like it's on the fourth or the fifth. Yeah, branch, then new branch. Okay, so maybe you're creating a new branch. You can keep testing underscore Powell, like PK. And we're doing this so that we cannot keep everything in the main branch. That's the main reason of creating a branch. So create a branch. And then after that, we have to publish the branch so that it can also go in your cloud. You can have that branch in the cloud. Yeah. And then from there, we now opened the RR Studio. So that now, as opening the RR Studio, no, you just have to wait. It's done. Okay. So you open the RR Studio so that, so everything we're going to keep in the scripts, in the RR Studio, we will see the changes on our left.
So now I can go and open RR Studio, right?
You open, like you already have the, open in RR Studio. Your second.
Okay, like here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we can all now proceed from there.
Oh, you did it. Yes, you deleted the branch.
Okay. So,
Right.
yes.
I'm not seeing the Open in R Studio option showing up on my GitHub desktop app. And I'm not sure.
Which option do you see there?
So I'm seeing the Open in Visual Studio Code, and then
All right, so in place, you can click change editor, then you can select our studio.
change it. Where do I go? Oh, in the options, select your editing options. Okay.
Which terminal do you choose? Because there's an option.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was able to get it. Thank you.
Okay. So we're all good. I think we can proceed now. What you're going to do now is creating a new script for the data visualization. So we were all aware of this. So it's file, then open a new file. So that can be just the R scripts for us to work with. So where do I want to save it? For me, it's on the same folder that we have in our Git. So I'll just save it as Visualization scripts. So I'll just open. Okay. Little R. I think it's necessary. Because I'm having here a file not found. It was opening. I have created a new script. Okay. Okay, so we can just do this. R scripts. Then maybe we want to save it. So just to file, then we'll save it. Now I'll save it as visualization script so that we can have it. Maybe visual scripts. And then after me saving, we can now go back to see if now the change that we have done is in our the Git desktop. Like, can we all create a new script? After us creating a new script in the Git visualization session underscore with ECR, we should be able to see it in the Git desktop here. Yeah, so I'm having changes. I did open the R visual underscore script and I have the ignoring. I think these are just the files version.
Okay, so you should have the changes or
Hi, sorry.
Just one change, yes.
So I was trying to create a script as well, but I keep on having the same file not found, like file script, the visual script not found. Sorry.
Yeah, so you went to opening a script, but not opening a new script. So opening a new script is just in an easy way. It's just this. You just
so
do
I've
this.
opened one.
Did you go here, Paolo? Like the addition of a new file, and then R
Yes,
scripts.
yes. Yeah.
And then now
so I have that one, but I haven't saved. Like I haven't given it a name.
Yeah, please give it a name. Go to files, then you save.
So file and then save. Okay.
Yeah, so give it a name, and you should be able to see it. Like after you saving, you should be able to see it in your Git desktop.
Okay.
So that you can all commit. You should have one change in the. Have the change.
So you have a challenge, yeah?
Okay.
yes,
You have the change. Yeah, you can check this.
Oh, so that is writing, it's different from the transactions.
No, but it's fine. You already.
Yes.
Yeah, you can now save it.
Are you able to quickly just go through? It looks, I wanted to catch up now. There are too many questions popping up there and after. Are you able to just run quickly and then I catch up through?
Muida, where do you want me to like run you through?
The external editor, where you start from the external editor, create a file.
So,
is it a new
yeah,
RR file?
So, okay. So can you share your screen? Just stop mine and share yours.
Okay. Are you able to see?
We're waiting for it.
Okay.
We're seeing your R scripts.
I go to the RF.
No, we
I
are
close
seeing.
this.
Wait, can you go to your Git?
I go to my Git.
Yeah, your directory is not. Yeah, you can close R and then go to your Git desktop. So Powell, we can always see it in the GitHub after us committing the changes and pushing it.
Sorry.
Right now, we should be able to just see it in the desktop. Yeah. Yeah, we have that one. Okay, I think he has left the room.
Okay, is that the one we created last week?
So do you have Git desktop in your computer?
Yes.
Can you open it?
How do I open it? Are you able to see this?
No, you haven't shared your screen. Can you share your screen? Like maybe your whole screen?
Sharing. Okay. Whiteboard. Are you able to see my Git?
Okay, so yeah, Juniper, can you go ahead?
Yes, so
Sorry?
I think there was a little bit of confusion. So Git is a separate software from GitHub Desktop. GitHub Desktop is a separate software. We have been sharing the links that you have to install it. Git is something that your computer needs between like RStudio and even GitHub Desktop to talk to Git later on. So have you installed GitHub Desktop software?
Yes, I have it through the email and created a repository system in the cloud, blah, 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 blah.
But no, so this isn't the right software, I think. So you're opening up Git, but what we need is GitHub Desktop.
GitHub gets desktop.
GitHub Desktop, yeah. I will put
Okay,
the link
okay.
in again. I think there was a bit of confusion. Git is again a separate software. GitHub Desktop is not a software. And then we're also working in a.
Okay. Let me not delay everyone. Let me go back and install GitHub Desktop.
Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Gloria, you're very welcome to keep going with Power as well. Please feel free to share screenshots in the chat, just so we can make sure that like we're troubleshooting things, but hopefully everyone is set up.
Okay. So now if we're able to see the change in our sharing screen, if we're able to see the changes in our Git desktop of us creating a new script, it means now we can always now operate from the changes we make in our R to the Git desktop, then we publish them to the GitHub, yeah, like our. So what we have to do here is, if you want to now commit it to the branch locally, it's just saying just creation. And we can always keep it creation of new scripts. So like it's just an empty new script that we have created, and we just commit it. And I'm still working under testing underscore GS, so that we all don't confuse this. Is it loading?
Yes.
It's loading, okay. So we have already done that. It's already committed. So now we can now push it to our, yeah, you can push it. So after us pushing is now we have, it's kept in the cloud. Yeah, and you can always now try to make changes. Mine is still loading, but now we can now jump to the session today of visualization, so that now after us doing a lot of coding, we like do the committing again. I think that's how we can go about. So I'll share my slides. Yeah, so we're going to do basics when it comes to data visualization with R. We already did a lot of the manipulation when it comes to ensuring that our data is clean and to the format that we really want and it's understandable. But then why really do we want to make plots is if we have a very big data set like this, and we want to see the trend over time, or maybe if the prevalence is increasing, decreasing, according to maybe a certain category or maybe age of the people, is we really can't do it with our eyes over the data like this. So what we have to do is really visualize the data for us to see the trends over time and different scenarios or maybe categories of the people that we do have. And what really visualization does is us taking different variables that we do have in the data and trying to display them in pictures when it comes to us maybe using points, using lines, when it comes to bar plots or box plots, it depends. So like, for example, this one is us having the date tested and also the incidence, like having the date on our x-axis and the incidence on our y-axis, and trying now to visualize them with points. So what we haven't included is maybe confidence. These are confirmed cases and maybe population size. But already 3 things in the data that we do have are already displayed in our, like the visual that we do have. And we can always display them when it comes to points or when it comes to lines, or if you want to do both at the same time, so that you can really see what at a certain point in time, what value was there. So we can always do that. And in addition is, not only can we do one line, is if we have a categorical variable in our data, we can always view them categorically. So we're having like the age groups when we have maybe from the data that we're going to use, we'll have the age groups. We have the over 5, under 5, and the total population. So we can always view all of them at the same time. So we have like the red one for the over 5, we have the green one for the total population, and the blue one for the under 5. So all this can be done using plots in R. And different plots can be made in R. For example, these are bars, you can do maps, like many of you will be doing maps as we go. You can do like the matrix and also doing smoothing when it comes to the line plots. So this is something like I always ask ourselves is, now as you knew you were coming to do visualization in R, if you had any kind of data, what really data would you want to visualize and why? Maybe we can have 2 people answering this. Yeah. If you had an option of us choosing any kind of data for us to visualize, what would be your preference? It can be sports data, because any kind of data can be visualized. Yes.
For me,
Yeah.
maybe
I would like to visualize, like, to create the beautiful map to show each region of Tanzania and the dominant football club in that region.
Like the local clubs.
Yeah, the local
Okay.
club in that region.
Is the
Yeah, so that to help people who doesn't have knowledge like in statistics to understand.
exactly. And that all can be done when it comes to R to show like dominance. When it comes like for us with the malaria, we do dominant maybe species in a place. So maybe what are the games what are the clubs which win more in maybe Morogoro and what? So we can always have those and visualize them in maps, which is something which is all can be done with R. So what package are we really using is ggplots, which this package works in layers. Like what comes first as you write is what is going to be displayed. And there is a way to follow up, like we always keep first the data and now the mapping, like what do you want to be your X and your Y axis? Then after that, that's when we do the geo, like do you want to do a line graph? Do you want to do a scatter plot? And then maybe you want to separate things, that's when we do faceting. And maybe like the themes, that's when like the decorations you want in the map that you plot, because we can always plot things with just the data, aesthetics, and the geoms. But it will not be as good as if we keep different, like the title, what is your x-axis, what is your y-axis, the different colors and all. So all these are working as layers, and we will see how all this is working. So we're going to see how really it works in layers, because when you just do ggplot into brackets in R, it just shows you a gray surface, like because you did not specify anything you want to plot. And when you say, okay, I want to do data of DF under 5, okay, it already captures the data that you want to plot, but what really is it plotting? That is something it doesn't know. And then we say, okay, from the data, we want our X to be date tested and our Y to be incidence. So it already captures it. On top of that gray layer that we had, it now keeps the layer of our X-axis and our Y-axis. So we have the date tested here, and we have the incidence as our Y-axis. But it hasn't plotted anything inside, if it's a scatter, if it's a line, because we haven't commanded it. So when we say we add a geom, like now we're adding the geoms that we want, if it's a point, it means now it checks on our X and Y, what was the point, the value. So it creates the values as we go. And then if we want the line and the plots at the same time, as how we kept geom points, that's when we do geom lines. It means the points are below the line, like the line is on top. So in case of this size of the line being very thick, we will not be able to see the points. Do you get it? Because the points are below the lines, and we're going to see that. So yeah, let me try to display that. Again, we go back to our R script that we created. And so I'll just comment a bit here to say it's a visualization session. And maybe the date of today. So very much. 3rd. Okay. So with this, I will call my libraries that we're going to use. And also, ggplot is within the tidyverse. So as saying tidyverse, we can also still work with all the ggplot functions that we do have. So we can do library. But it's good if we all have ggplot. We can try to run this and see if we all have it. So it's ggplot2. So we do tab. So me running this, it means I'm already calling the package ggplot2. So for the ones who have not run this thing before, you will get an error. So getting an error, it means you have to install that package. Yeah. Anyone with an error? So what's the error?
There's no package called G++.
Yeah, so can you install it? Yeah. We all know how to install packages, so in an easy way, it's there. Yeah, so if you don't have it, you just do package, then you do install, then you write G++. Then you can always wait for it to install. So,
If I always type this.
yeah, so even with tidyverse, it works very well with G++. It's totally fine. Yeah. So as I wait for this to remove itself, so we have to read the data. So yeah, if you don't have any, you just write G++. But I'll not install it again because I have it. So we do reading the data. The data set, so I will call my data as maybe incidents. Data frame. So something else is we were all given the data to download, but they are not inside the folder or the GitHub that we're working with. So it's either you take the tag of the data where you're working with and paste it here, or take that data, keep it inside the folder for you to just write them. I think we can all work. So for me, I'll just take the path of the data because I have it maybe somewhere very close. So the target here is for us to be able to read the national, the PF underscore incidence national. So for me, I'll just copy it. Yeah. So, okay, maybe I'll just take these two. Is it my battery? So just maybe copy this and paste them in the GitHub. So with this, we'll take GitHub. And then I'll paste the two data sets here. That also works well. And for me, pasting the two data sets here, it means it has already reflected in the desktop as new commits. Because I added these two data sets. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm having them in the files here, so we're reading the PF. So we just import data sets, and we'll have a piece of code here. So it's either you just copy it, copy, then I'll just cancel. I will paste it. So this is me reading the data set. Oh, okay. I did run the libraries. IDFS. So I'm getting an error here. It could not find the function read_CSV because I had not run the library IDFS. So after me running the library IDFS, let's see if it works. So these are different errors that you will get as you're doing these things. And as understanding the error, it will help you to like just debug the problem. So I already have the incidence_df, which has 36 observation and 5 variables. So if you want to view it, you just double click to view the data set here.
What's the
IDFS?
extension? What's the extension? CSV?
Yeah, it is
CSV.
Yeah, it is CSV. So for us to visualize this, we can decide to visualize this pool data by saying we want to do maybe scatter plot or line plot. But for simplicity, let us filter only the total, like only the total age group, like the age group. Yeah, like age group, let us only include the total, not all of it. Then we can always have a one line. So we can call it total incidence. Total incidence. And we can say, now we're trying to filter. So it's either, you can either choose to do pipe or the normal filtering. Remember, there were two different ways. So if you want to do filter, you just say you want to filter from the incidence here. What do you want to filter? It's age group. You want to filter age group. Remember, we're doing a double equal sign, and we are saying it's total. So let's see if this will run. So we're having the total underscore incidence, which is 12 observations. So remember, filtering alters the number of rows. So the number of rows have changed to 12 observations, but the number of columns are the same, which is 5 variables. So with that, it means we can now do the visualization. Can I proceed? Howell and Neema, can we all proceed? And we next?
Yeah, just a second. I'm trying to implement the command, the filtering command.
Yeah, for me, I got behind on the calling in of the data, but I'm following.
Okay, you have called it already? Or you're still taking the part? It's going to be easy if you take the data sets, you copy the data sets and paste them in the GitHub folder that we have created already. It's going to be easy for you to just call it with the name. Is there no
important thing to be.
Okay.
She kept the files outside the project.
Okay.
So we're just reporting them.
Very good. Very good.
Never had them.
Okay, so now we're now going to see how ggplot works. So as we said, with just ggplot, and we run this command, we're going to have okay. Yeah, we're just having an empty screen, but by us adding here, saying the data. Okay, so we can always say data equals to incidence d underscore df, but we can just also just write incidence underscore df because we already know the first input of our ggplot is the data. So I can say maybe data equals to incidence. Next time I will not be doing this. So data equals to incidence underscore. So with us running it, I'm wondering why am I not getting like something here. Oh, it's just me. It's just me not being able to see because okay, it's here. This is what is happening. Me writing just ggplot into brackets data equals to incidence df. This is what happens. And now keeping the aesthetics, what is my x and what is my y? We're keeping AES equals to, now I'm telling my x is data. Is it date tested? So you see, I'm just keeping a tab when it shows the like a pop-up. And what is my y? My y is incidence. So I'll just do the incidence, not incidence underscore df because that's a data for everybody. So me keeping incidence. So if I run, I get yeah. So you see, I'm already having that with no either scatter or line. It's just that. Okay, now I'm telling, okay, from there, I want to add my geoms, which is, I want maybe geom point. So scatter is geom point. And when I run it, I am getting that. So this is just a way of showing like when you're doing ggplot, it just goes step by step in everything. I wonder why it's not. I am so fast. I am so fast. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So this is with us displaying the incident underscore df. So it shows us all the three groups that we had, and that's why we can't see a good trend here. But us using total incidents here from the data, you can see just a very good one line to display the trend of the incidence in the total population. So I'm waiting for the graph. You see, so maybe in January this was very low, and then around July going on, we're seeing a very high trend of incidence in the total population. So if we could do under 5, it would be displayed. If we could do over 5, also we would see a different trend. And us not saying we just want a geom point, we can say we want a geom line. So it's the same with the, I'll just do a copy and pasting. So I'll just do the same, like what my data is, what are my aesthetics, but what do I want to visualize is a line. So I'll just do geom line. And running this, it will display a line plot, which shows a very nice trend of things. So this is the line plot. And when, as I said, when we display a whole incidence DF, we'll see different 3 lines. Like even with the scatter, it's not well kept. But when we display the total underscore incidence, like just the total incidence, this is what we're going to get. And okay, so us keeping geom point and geom line differently, we can keep all of them at the same time. So we have the data and the aesthetics. What do I want to do is keeping the points first. So geom point. Geom point. Then I want to add a line on top. So I do geom line. Geom line. So when I run this, I'll be able to see all of the 2 together. It's PF incidence total. So it has the total population under 5 and the over 5. So it is 3 different groups we're trying to do. That's why it's really random. Yeah, there are 3 points. Yeah, there are 3 points. Like if everyone has the same. And that's why it's really rough like that. And that's why I could choose just one.
I'm sure you.
Mine doesn't show the line.
Does it show the line?
Yeah.
And did you do the addition?
Let me do the addition.
Yeah, so because if you forget this addition here, it will not display the connection between the geom line and the geom points. Yeah.
Also make sure the brackets are there. For me, I got an error because I left out the brackets after the line.
Yeah,
Just in
the
case.
brackets are also.
I think remove. Okay. So here, geom point. Underscore. Point. No. Right point.
And it's very easy to use the pop-ups that are coming. So you just write geom underscore P, then you have the point. So if you just press the point, it comes with the brackets, which is really easy, rather than typing everything yourself. Anyone with an error?
Plus geom line. That's now.
And if the line doesn't.
Sorry, also not able to see the line. It doesn't give an error message, but it just gives a message that I can asking if I need to adjust the group aesthetic.
So what was your X and your Y? Can you show your screen?
Yes. Yes.
Error cannot use plus.
Can you see?
We're waiting for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so my X was date tested and my Y was incidence.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So, do you know the concept of reading.csv and reading underscore CSV?
Yeah.
Because that's why it's so, Juniper, if you can chip in, so I know where the mistake is, but there is a difference between read.csv and read underscore CSV. Those are different, they all read CSVs, but I think they are on a different version of the package. So, Neema, can you change the read.csv to read underscore CSV, then rerun the GG course?
Yes.
So it's strange because I didn't get errors in reading the files. I only got it when I added the geom line.
Okay, can you rerun?
Yes, I'm trying to do that now.
So here we don't put in the line.
Yeah.
That did. Juniper, do you know the difference? I really don't know what that is, but
yeah. Can you explain why that was an issue?
I have to say, this is really strange because I always use the read.csv function and I didn't have any issues here.
The line.
But Juniper, when we do that, the read.csv, sometimes it requires us to, when you do geom line, it requires you to say group equals to 1 because we're displaying only one line. Yeah.
Gloria, your camera has disappeared and you guys broke up a little bit.
I think can you hear us now?
We can hear you now, yes. You just muted there. In the
Juniper, sorry, we are using the old data, the same data?
So we're using the data that we have shared at the beginning of the workshop from Google Drive. I will add
Okay,
a link.
okay, I have it.
Okay. And we're using the PF instance national DSP data for this visualization. And Powell was Gloria setting something up. Yes, I can see that your current GitHub repo is basically all that green highlight that's showing you that that file has been added, and everything that's green, that means that it's an addition. If you would have removed anything, it would be highlighted in red. So basically, again, GitHub Desktop is currently constantly checking what's happening to all your different files in that folder. So as you're changing your script and you save your script, it's going to pop up as well. We should focus on the visualization now, but like every now and again, you can actually commit the change and make a little note that this is what has happened and push. And again, it's going to keep tracking all the changes. And hi, Gloria, we can see your screen, but we cannot hear you still and cannot see you.
And I think I wanted on the visualization. I know it's kind of basic to others, but like for some of us, this is the first time. So
no, it's I know it's quite a lot. We're doing a lot already.
Yeah, so like my question is in writing that code, like the ggplot data from writing. I want to know, like, okay, I know you call in your data, your eyes, what is it for? And then you commit your x-axis, your y-axis, your geom point. So like, how is the eyes coming in? What is it? What does it do? And yeah, that's what I wanted to just kind of.
Thank you so much for the question. So the AES stands for aesthetic, and it's a function. But I can see that Gloria has come back. Can you hear us, Gloria?
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Powell just a general recap with how the ggplot script is working. If you can give a little bit of a recap.
Yeah, so from the presentation, what we said is when we write the ggplot, first we have to state the data we are going to use, then we do the mapping. The mapping is now telling your plot what is your X and what is your Y, and what are the other things that really change as you move with the points, because here we have the date tested and the incidence. We have a lot of numbers with date tested. As you can see, we have 12 values, like from January to December. And for each month, we have its incidence. So what we want to do is, as January to December changes, we want to see the changes that are really happening on the incidence that we are trying to plot on the Y. And that's why we keep them inside the aesthetic. So I'm told like there is a very nice video of showing how this aesthetic moves, because it's moving from January to December and it's trying to plot for the incidence of January to December. Like it changes over time, like things which changes over time, we keep them in the aesthetics and we call them like mapping now. You're mapping what do you want to keep on your x-axis and what do you want to keep on your y-axis. So that's what we do now. As us telling the data and the aesthetic, we're now jumping to another thing is, what are the geoms you want to plot? Like geom placing, like, is it a point? Is it a line? Is it a bar graph or box plot? So yeah, something like that. I don't know if you can, I got what you asked.
Yes. That's right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I hope now we have this, everyone, with us using the total distance, keeping the geom point and geom lines. Now, maybe I can jump to something next, but it will show you how this layering works. Is us having the same, we can just do here layering. So we can have the same. We can have the same control B, the same that we want first geom points, then the geom lines. But what if we say we want the geom lines of size equals to 2? Like we want to thicken the size of the lines. By us saying like that, and when we run it, okay, so we already have, we can really not see the points. We can't see the points because the line have hidden the points, like because it's the second layer. But when, even if we change the color by saying the color maybe for the, okay, the color is maybe blue of the points, and here maybe the size is 3. You see, we can still not see.
Can see two.
Yeah, you can see 2 of them because they are at the very end. But what happened?
The main computer.
So like. Okay, we can proceed. We're having an echo in the room, sorry.
So, have we now changed? We want to start with the line now and end with a point?
Yeah, so I want to show you all what happens if we change. We start with the line, then the point. So if I run
All right.
here, you can all run. So I think we can now see. Can you disconnect the audio maybe? Okay, so nice. So people online, you can hear us now. Perfectly fine. We had a problem with the echo. So this is what
Yeah, we
happens
can
now.
hear you.
Yeah, I am trying to bring the points on top of the line. So despite the size of the line, I can still see the points because now the points are on top of the lines. So that's just the concept of everything we keep. It acts as a layer on top of the other. So if I do maybe the titles here, the titles will be on top of the layer where we are having the points and the like. We get it.
So did you?
What I changed is this line. At first, the geom line was the last one. Before the geom point. So I just switched. Yes, I just switched. So just me switching, saying it's geom line, then the geom point, I can now see the points. Because now the points are on top of it. So that's how it works with the layer. Yeah. So I think we can now proceed with the customization, which I think I have done, and you have seen that when it comes to customizing, we are customizing the geoms. What really do we want when it comes to the points? What is the size, the color, the shape, and the line type that we want? Because defaults with ggplot, it gives you black color of everything. And maybe it has a default size of the line, but what if you want to keep it more thick? What if you want the shape to be maybe star, diamond, or square, something like that. And the line type, what if you want the line to be red, not black, and you want maybe to be dotted or double dotted and all that? So we can always do all these customizations to really keep our plots more better. So to just add up to what we had already with this customization is what I did here. I said I want my line size to be 3. I want my geom points, like the points, to be color blue, and we can add here maybe the line type. Okay, I'm not having so my line type to be dotted. Dotted, and when I run this, we're having an error. Yeah, so already you see we are having the line is not a solid line anymore. We're having now dotted. But because I'm having all the two things at the same time, so I'm having the geom point and the geom line. To remove the confusion is we can always have it like this. I hope the people online can follow, and we can take a break maybe after this. Combine the geoms. So here maybe the line type we want dot. By just doing this without the geom points is me having now the dotted line. I can change the color too. So I say maybe I want color maybe red. So when I keep here red, it means I am changing now the color of the line that I'm trying to display. It's not black anymore, it's red. So those are like different customizations that we can do. And yeah, we can also do the different shapes for the maybe Control B, and you want geom points. We want to display geom point of size 3, so the size of the point will be really big. But we don't do line type here. We want maybe a different shape. And shapes, sometimes you can name them in numbers. So maybe here shape, I want shape number 4. By me running, it will change, you see. So shape number 4 is just the Excels. It goes, I think, number 1 to 20. You just choose any number for the shapes. So if you want to change, maybe this is number 6. Then you want to visualize shape number 6. You see it's triangles, like the inverted triangles, maybe number 5. It's the diamond shapes. And we can also change the color. So these are different things you can always do when it comes to customizations of the gems. Maybe we can take a break. We can take maybe 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Jennifer, we can take a break right now.
Yes, let's have 4 minutes of break, and then we have half an hour left.
Yeah, let's take a break.
So in the midst of a break, can I ask you for a minute? I don't know why I made a mistake. My plot is not coming out.
Do you want to display?
Yes, let me display my screen as the rest are going for a break.
Please let us take a break.
Gloria, you're welcome to have a break as well, and I'm happy to stay here if you need to drink something or eat something.
Okay,
Yeah,
there I am. Are you able to see? I hope I created my repository well.
So have you read in your data? I don't think you have read in your data.
Yes. I did. This. Are you able to see this one?
Yes. So can you click on so at the bottom on the left bottom corner, can you click on environment tab?
On the environment?
Yes. So it's just on the left.
Which one? Here?
Yeah, to the left. If you just click on the word environment. No?
The actual environment here?
Yes, yeah. So you can see here, this is where we have our objects, what R has read in a data, or we have renamed some things, and we keep saving these objects that we can work with in the console later on. So what we can see here is your environment is empty. So you haven't actually read in your data. For reading in your data, you use the function read underscore or dot CSV, and you put it in a bracket where your data is. So at the moment, everything is going to
Okay.
be an error.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
you
a
had it there.
minute.
If you can.
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yes, I did. I read it, and this is the one. Let me take you. Okay. I think I had read it from here. Sorry. Here. This is the
Oh,
data, but I don't know
okay.
why it's not showing in the environment. This is the data, so I was able to read it here.
Can you scroll
Yeah.
down? What is your data called?
Read.csv. Then I created the path.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So do you know what's happening? Do you remember
No,
that
no.
we keep, sorry. So I can spot it, that what is like one of the main things when you create objects is that you need to use that arrow, that pointing backwards. I will put it in the chat. And that's the one,
This one?
you know, what you use in filter. Yes, like before filter. No. So in your script, where you have the function filter, can you see the word filter?
On my screen where there's a function filter.
Yes. So in your script,
Filter, plots, sessions, build,
in your script,
profile.
in your script.
In my screen. Okay, what I typed.
Yes. So you have the word filter.
Yes.
Before the word filter, you have that arrow pointing backwards. That arrow pointing backwards is when we assign something. So
this one?
Yes. So the actual like smaller than and the dash. So those two characters, that arrow pointing backwards, that's the assignment. So when you use the function read CSV in your console, you read it in, but you didn't assign that to any object, and that's why your environment is empty.
Okay.
So above, so before load data, so you have the comment load data, press enter.
Yes.
We're going
Load
to
data, enter.
Yeah. So now we are going to, what do you want to call it? We can call it PF incidents. We're not using a function, right?
I name it preference.
You can,
we said
you can name it.
Okay.
You can name it incidents, yeah.
Okay.
Then use the assignment. So basically that arrow, that and dash. Yes. And now you can actually copy out that read CSV from your console. Yeah. And you can paste it there. That looks good, I think. So now if you run that line, so Control Enter, if you press Control Enter or you use the run function, now you can see that it's in your environment. So now
yes.
it has read it in. Yes, it has read it in, and you assigned it to the word incident. So now the incident, that word, that's your object. So in the next line, when we're filtering, we want to update what object we're filtering. So yeah, the view is on. So you can view it. Yes, correct. If you go back, I think it's untitled 4, your script. What you want to do when you have that filter function, so just after you read in the data, go up, up, up. First
Sorry?
we need to filter. First we need to filter.
I go back
this.
to filter?
So that
Here,
one,
here.
yeah. We need to change what object we're filtering. So that first word where you have pf underscore inc underscore net.
Huh? Yes. I put this this one?
So that's going to be the name of the new object that we're filtering down to. So we can name that incidence underscore total. Yeah, just so we know. Within filter,
Yes.
the filter function, the first word that you have in those brackets, that's your data frame that you want to filter. So that's what we need to update to incidence.
Incidence.
So now if you run that code,
Yeah, here it's okay, the space is okay, the comma is okay.
Yes.
I can run.
Yeah.
Did you give me an error?
Oh, it says age group.
Yes.
What's it called? Oh, do you know
Like
what?
that?
I've just noticed it that your data, I think you're using a different data because you're using something called prevalence from Map Malaria Prevalence CSV.
Yes. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yes,
That's
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
You need to update it. So we're actually reading in the correct data, which should be called that PF in incidence national CSV.
Okay, okay, okay.
So you need to first find where that data is on your computer. You should have downloaded it from Google Drive. And with that data, you do want to put it into that folder that you have there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. So let me check in the Google Drive.
And I know that in the meantime, Gloria, I don't know if you guys have returned. Just give us a shout.
Yeah, we are back. We're all back.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think let Mwinde finish this so that we can all go on the same page and rather than like leaving him behind.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It's fine. I'm following behind and I'm liking it.
Yeah, you're already there. So just let us read the correct path. Then you just run the ggplot so that we can all proceed.
I have to say, like, we are doing a lot, like I know that, again, people's experience with R has quite varied and everything, but, from starting from scratch in R and using GitHub, like we're using a lot of different skills and lots of different concepts. So that's completely fine that like, we keep needing to like have little reminders, where is the environment, the console, these are all concepts that like, it becomes natural after a while, and this whole Git stuff as well, like why we are doing it later on, it becomes quite obvious. So again, everyone's doing amazingly. And yeah, if any questions come up, anyone just give us a shout.
The data was called routine data, right?
So no, this data is called PF incident national. So I'm going to put the link
not
in.
routine-data.macro.
No, so we are on Google Drive. The folder you want to find is workshop 6. So today's workshop folder. I've just put it in the chat on Zoom. And within that folder, there is a folder called data. So that's what you want to download.
Okay.
And once you download that data, you want to you can.
There are two. There's CSV and PF incident CSV.
Yes, you can download both of them.
Both of them?
Yes. And once you have downloaded those data files, you want to put those into that folder that you created, that map malaria visual_data. You can find that in your file explorer. And you can just put those CSVs there.
You do the filtering and you create a line.
Let us know when you have your data.
Okay, I'm almost there.
Oh, good.
I've saved the first one.
All good. Are you able to save that data into the visual data folder?
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe just having that part.
I've saved both of them. I've saved both of them in my project document. So I run again.
It's not coming up. So in the right bottom corner.
Which one do I use now to run?
So can you see what I'm drawing here?
The national one?
So can you see me drawing?
Hello? Yes.
Okay. So in that folder, in this panel, this is where the folder, where your project folder is. So this is where you want to save your data here. And if you save it on your local computer, it will pop up in RStudio as well.
Yes.
So do you know?
Go ahead, create a path.
So where did you save your data?
Right there where you are pointing. That's where I've put the two data sets.
I don't think so, because it would come up. You can click on here. Can you see that refresh button in the corner? I've just circled it.
In the corner, refresh. After code.
So right here. Can you see? On the panel.
Can you draw again? Can you draw again?
I've just
Yeah.
drawn. So
Can you see where Juniper has on your right?
Okay. There's a zoom. Okay. Let me just
So you can
shift
click
the zoom.
You can literally just click on that thing. There you go.
So you read the one PF incidence national.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
So I go back and create a path to read this one?
You don't have to create a path, just press on it, then you do the importing. Or you just write the name there, all of the same directory. So don't right click, just left click. Yes, so import the dataset. So you have your code. Okay, you can take the directory now. Or maybe just the code. You can also take the codes, like you copy the no, you don't have. Can you copy the code preview like on your bottom right? Yeah, copy that. Okay. Then you go to your cancel. You can cancel it.
Cancel.
On your bottom right, very bottom right of that. More right. On your right. Right.
Code here.
On the bottom right. Cancel. Yeah, just beside the import, you have cancel. Okay, so can you paste on your read CSV so that you can read that data? Yeah, like remove now the read CSV of the wrong path and then paste the one for the right path. Can you do it on your script, not on the console?
On my script?
Yeah, so on line three, can you remove the read.csv of the wrong path, then paste the one with the right path? Yeah. Delete. And you should delete also that because you copied the read.csv also. Okay, can you paste it, you see? So you see, you already had the name of the data in the read.csv. So you have to remove all the other things.
Read.
Continue deleting, delete all, delete the whole line 3, remove the whole line 3, remove the read.csv also. Okay, so paste, paste the one you have. Okay, so now we have called our data PF incidence national. We have the read PF incidence national. Then after that, as we are filtering, let us write the name of our data set, that is PF in line 5. Filter, then let us write the PF underscore, there. Let us write the name of the data, PF underscore incidence. Yes, that tab. Can you just do tab? Okay. Okay, yes. So as we're doing can you remove line 7? We just have to, because you already viewed on top, so you don't have to view that.
Which one, this one?
Yeah, can you remove it? Okay, on line 9, we have to write now the data is right? I am keeping something on the chat for you to paste it on line 1. I want you to clear your environment first. I want you to clear the environment, then rerun things. That command removes things on the environment, like you remove the list. Can you keep it?
I put in line 1.
Yeah. So that removes everything in your environment. Can you run it? Then we run every line. Yeah, continue rerunning. Run the library.
Can I remove this dimension I put? Dimension of data?
Yes, you remove it. Okay, can you run the library? Run the data. Okay. Left the room. We'll keep it in the chat and
Okay.
okay, so let us proceed another concept of us trying to subgroup and do faceting of the dataset, because we already know that we have an age group which has 3 different categories. When we try to visualize the whole incident, see. So by running that, inside the aesthetics of the mapping, I said I want the color to be age group. Now, instead of just saying, as how we were naming it here, as how we were saying geom line, then we were saying color equals to red, it means I just want the whole of the line that I'm plotting to be red. It's not changing. But as long as I want the color to change according to the age groups, so as long as it's changing, I'm keeping inside the aesthetic. That's why there's a difference of me keeping the line 48 in my code and line 40. Like in the line 40, I just want one line for me to display, and I want the color of the line to be color red. But as long as I want the color to change according to the age groups, I'm keeping it inside the aesthetic by saying color equals to age group. So it has already displayed all these, the 3 lines. So in case I'm having so this is an example of a categorical subgrouping that we want to keep. But what if we have a continuous, probably we want to see at what point in time for the dates tested from January to, because, okay, let me actually zoom it because I want you people to see one thing. I want you all to see one thing. So by zooming here, by me pressing here zoom, it means I want to see the bigger graph. So this is it. So I want you all to see the difference we're going to make at the very end. The arrangement of this January to October going to December, and also the incidence, especially this January to December, because when I do not zoom it like this, you'll see like they're overlapping. You see like the small space overlapping. But what do you have to do when they're overlapping? Probably maybe there are many of them, so we want to do maybe rotation. We'll see that at the very end.
Sorry, this is overlapping?
Yeah, here, we can see here on my plot section, we're seeing that they're overlapping. You can see that, right?
I think it's the legend. It's not the.
Yeah, like the legend, the x-axis legend is overlapping. Like the difference between January to April to July and October, there is a bit of the overlap we see. So sometimes to avoid the overlaps when we have a lot of the things on the x-axis, we have to rotate our axes. That's one thing. So, for example, we want for the continuous. So for the continuous, maybe we can use the data for the total incidence. Total incidence, and we want the aesthetics the same. Aesthetics of our x equals to date tested. And our y is incidence. But then our color is something continuous. So we want to say maybe our color is confirmed cases. So how is confirmed cases moving over time according to the incidence and date tested? So with that, maybe I want geom points. So running this, yeah, we're having this kind of plot. Now, because our color is not a categorical, it's a continuous, so it gives you a scale. For example, at this January, the incidence was 150, but what about the confirmed cases? Confirmed cases was very low. But as you're going to December, where the incidence is high, also the confirmed cases are very high because the color also aligns to the scale where it's really high. And then now, can I go on? Do we have any question? Do we have any question online?
Hi, Gloria. We don't have any questions, but I know that 2 people dropped off probably because of timing. So it would be good to check in the office if people are happy if we keep going for a bit to just cover a few more things. Is that okay?
Are we all proceed for the next maybe 30 minutes? We're okay? So we're okay to like have maybe next 30 minutes?
Okay, that's fantastic. And people can catch up online, like with the recording later on. So that's all good. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, so I had a question, sorry. So maybe I know it's embedded, but I could see for the geom points, yours are, I think those are circles. Mine are diamond, like square.
Yeah.
Square
So
points
did we?
on the
Yeah.
graph.
Did you choose? Yeah. Did you choose a different shape? Like maybe saying a shape equals to 5, or maybe shape equals to 4 inside your geom points?
No.
Can you show your screen, please?
Okay, let me
Or maybe, okay, so can you take a screenshot and send it to the chats, and Juniper can help? Just a screenshot of the Yeah, the
Of the
screenshot
graph?
of the codes, just the codes that you have.
Okay, I can just paste the code that I have in the chat.
Yeah, please do. It's going to be easier. So let us just do the faceting to see how really can we facet according maybe to the age groups as we wanted. So the same code we have here, which is saying we want ggplot of the data, which is incidence DF. As I said, it's not a must to say data equals to incidence DF. And then our static to say X equals to the tested. And our Y equals to the incidences. Incidence. So we don't do color equals to age group because by us saying color equals to age group, it means we want to do the three different lines. So we do geom line. We add its geom line. Apart from saying geom line, now I want to facet all these lines. So I'll just say facet wrap. Faceting like now the whole plot of the 3 lines that I'm going to create according to the age group. So I do shift this. I need to have this symbol. So I do age group. And then as running, it means now that I'm having 3 plots according to the age group. If there were 5 age groups, I could get all the 5 age groups. Because I have just 3 age groups that I have 3 plots, all of them in one, have sharing the y-axis and the x-axis. Yeah. It's a facet wrap to the age. Yeah, we should get like something on the plots. Yeah, you also did you. The keyboard also, make sure the data you're going to use is the data with all the 3 age groups, not the filtered one. Because if you use the filtered, it means we're having only one plot.
Yeah, expert.
Paula, I don't know if you were able to solve and do the faceting.
So I haven't, it hasn't changed. I just want to share with you the graph. Whenever I use geom point, they come out as diamonds, but I've gone ahead to do the faceting and it has come out.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll just share with Juniper I'll just share with Juniper how the points are coming out, but I've already done the faceting.
Very good.
Yeah, good.
Jacqueline, you're good. So that's how we can really solve the things. We're having an activity which I think because we're all able to do, we can proceed with now doing all these cosmetics that we have with
sorry, Gloria. Just wanted to confirm the symbol that you've put before age group. Is that a TIDO? I'm just trying to remember the name.
Yeah, tilde. Yeah, it is a tilde.
Oh, tilde. Okay.
I think it's the same if you call it tilde. Yeah, I also don't agree. Yeah. Okay, so after us doing, we got a very default background of the plots we're drawing, the one on the left. But we can always do different customizations to keep our plots more visible, good for publication and presentations when you want to go present your work out there. There are different things for us to do. For example, as we see here, the background, this is really gray, but you can keep a very nice background of a white, like this is black and white background at the very end, and we still have these grids. But we can also choose the ones which do not have grids, but the ones with grids, you know, it's really easy for a person to spot the value of the X or Y axis. And then something else is us changing these axes. Like here we all have date tested because we had date tested as our column, as our variable name. But we can change here, maybe we can say that like it is monthly incidents, like monthly incidents. So if we have monthly of 2018, then the incidents, you can say monthly incidents per 1,000, something. So something else is now, okay, changing now the labs. That's the code on the right, saying these are the months, and these are the incidents, keeping a very nice title on top, and also changing the age groups, because here we had like age groups as the name of the column we had, like it was all of them small letters. But what happens if we want to keep all of them capital? So we do age groups in capitals, so something like that. So we want to populate this plot. Maybe we can try to do it together. We want like now the months, like the x-axis to be months, the y-axis to be incidents, which is cases per 1,000, and the title to be well kept. Yeah, something. So all that comes in two ways. So these are themes and other customizations. So I'm having the same. Maybe let's say which one was, let's see. I'm trying to check the, okay, it was this one. Just taking the same, which had no any customization. And when you run it, we see already we have the gray backgrounds happening here. But if we want to change the background, is me saying you just add another layer of the theme. So I want black and white. So you choose here. There is classic, dark, gray, light. There are plenty of them. So you choose black and white, and me running, it will change the background here. Yeah, you see it. Now it's well kept. You can see the difference. The one was gray with no like a very nice grid. But here it is black and white, and you can see the grids. That's how they are. Now we want to change the labs, like the X and Y axis. So here we'll just add another layer and say it is labs. Other people will do inside, but yeah, we'll see that. So here with the labs, I'll say, okay, what do I want to be kept in my X? So keeping it as, because it's written, it's a word, so maybe months. And then what do I want to be in my Y? It is incidents. Incidents, which is into brackets, cases, 1,000. And then what do I want to be in my title? So title equals to, okay, let me just take it from here. It's malaria incidents. Malaria incidents in maybe Mabangata region, in Mabangata region. Yeah, and then if I want to change, because I said these colors are the age group, so I'll just do color equals to, and then I'll keep what do I want it to be displayed to be displayed here. So I'll just do maybe age group. I'll change like capital age groups. Or maybe age groups in the population, anyhow. So by me running here, you see, like I would get an error here because I had not kept a comma. We have to be very careful. So with the comma here, I'm having now my color. Yeah, sometimes error shows you exactly because I had like a red line coming all the way now. So with this, me running, you can see the changes on the other side. You see, we already now have the months, we have the cases, Southern region incidence, and we have the malaria incidence in Mabakasa region. But then, for a better display of these things, for example, the incidence, we say incidence, then cases per 1,000, to keep these things well kept, and Juniper can come in if you have an addition with this, is us keeping is it a backslash? And by me adding this, and when I run, I'm having a change on how this thing is being displayed on my y-axis. So I'm having now the incidence, and then how do you calculate the incidence? It's cases per 1,000. Like that.
Yeah, you made the new.
Yeah, like just keeping things, like more readable. So for example, even here, maybe malaria incidence, I'll do /n. So I'm having the malaria incidence in Mabakata region. And maybe I can just display this because we're going to change the position of the title. Let me keep it here. We can see the title is on the left side, top. But we would want to keep this title here in the middle. Yeah. And maybe increase also because if you display this, these will not really be visible. The incidence in 1,000, maybe the numbers are really not well visible if you're keeping it in the poster. So we need to make these changes. How do we do it? May I just add up here? Now we're changing the themes by saying first we want maybe the title, plot the title. And these things are really straightforward sometimes. Like if you want to do the x-axis, if you want to do the y-axis, it's just maybe x-axis dot maybe the title of y, the title of x. So we want to change the element text. Like we want to change the text of the title. What do you want to change? Maybe the size. I want the size of 16. Maybe now to adjust the position. So that's the horizontal adjustment. So HJust equals to, so if I keep 1, it keeps on the right, 0.5 in the middle, and I think it's -1, which is that on the left. So I'll just do 0.5 because I want it to be in the middle. Then if you want to also change, maybe keeping bold these months and the incidence cases per 1,000, so you just do axis dot title x like that, which is the element text we're trying to change here, element underscore text. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to do size, maybe increase the size. Size equals to maybe even 13. And maybe keeping just doing differently, the axis for the title for y. Exactly. Yeah, it couldn't. So equals to, now we're trying to change elements, texts. And then we want to do maybe font equals to bold. Like we want to keep it bold. And when we try to run this before the rotation that I'm going to do, let's try if it's running. So yeah. Is it fun that we keep pause? Space.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It fills his boards. Yeah, so you see, like what we did on the Y is increasing just the bold, the size was the same. What we did on the X is increasing the size to 14, and we see that it has increased. What we did to the plot title is us keeping it in the middle and increasing the size. So like you can now do it differently. Like you can want all of the bold. So I'll also keep here first equals to bold. So it's bold. And running this, it means all of them will be bold. The X and the Y, all of them are now bold. I would want also maybe the title to be bold. So I'll just do here. Like now it depends on really what do you want to keep. Keeping it bold will be too dark. See, so we have changed the axis, the size, maybe the font. So something else I think we can do is, I think the rotation. So with the here, with the element, because we want to change the x-axis to be rotating, like it's not now on the, is it 0 degrees? We want to keep a certain angle. So here we'll just add an angle on our x-axis. So angle equals to maybe 45. By me saying angle equals to 45 in the x-axis, it means it's just changing this January, February, and all that, keeping it in a 45. So it's, okay. It is not the L. Okay, so I kept in the title, like this is the axis title.x, but I have to keep in the axis text, not the title. So because I kept it in the title, that's why it kept the month in the 45 degrees. So removing this and keeping another layer here, not a layer, but another customization of saying it's axis texts, not title, but text. And then dot text, this. So we want to say element text. Element text here, we want to just keep the angle 45. By running this, yeah, so it has displayed January, April, and all that. And when we zoom it, and note, this is what we get. But we can always adjust now. We can keep this H adjust to now 1 or -1. It will just go on the more left, more right. These are different customizations that we can do in when it comes to now keeping the plots to be a well-displayed for presentation format. But let's see. Do you have a question? Okay. Do we have any question online, maybe?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do we have any question online, maybe?
We don't seem to have any questions. But if what do you think? Would we be able to wrap up in about 7 minutes? Is that okay? Or
yeah, and I'm just trying to see if we have. I'm winding it maybe in 1 minute. The next 1 minute.
Okay, that's all good. No questions online so far. But thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So those are different customizations that we can really do in R, and yeah. So what more really can we do in R is us doing box plots. which we can always do it when you're out from here. So we are going to use the data, the PF incidence, not the PF incidence national, to like now visualize overall the incidences and the number of cases. We can do box plots, then we can do bar plots also. And something to like really take note is bar plots takes either X or Y axis because it does count. So it does count of either if it's the confirmed cases, if it's the incidence or the number tested. And then what we can do is now the geom bars, and we can try to do an activity. You will see it, for example, like with just the bars, we can do stacked bars, which is really an important skill for, I think, everyone to know when it comes to the visualization. It's going to help you. And yeah, I think that's it. Juniper, back to you. Juniper, can you hear us?
Yes, thank you so much. Oh, yes, we have a question.
Yes, Wenda.
Yes, using the ggplot, if I want to do correlation matrix, do I still need to use the ggplot, or it's another way of running correlation matrix different from the ggplot? Because I'm seeing incidents, if you are plotting incidents, almost like you are doing some correlation across the year.
I'm not sure if this means
It's different. You don't need to do.
yeah, I think they're two different things.
Okay.
GG Cohort.
GG Coplot, that's the one which does the correlation matrix. Yeah. Did you get what was suggested? Winner.
I didn't hear.
It's GG, then call, that is CORR, then plot.
Yeah, like
Okay, are you able to text me in the text box?
okay, we will keep it. But those are two different functions. So you can either do ggplot and the correlation matrix separately. They don't have like a link. Yeah, and I've just seen, something that we can all see is going back to the Git desktop to just finalize. Sorry, Juniper, just one more minute. So we already have now the changes that we did. I kept my data and my visual script, which is here. So what we can do is commit all this. So I created a new script, did visualization, and uploaded datasets. So what we have to do now is to commit. Can you
message in the first bit that you can see, Gloria, that says summary required. So that first section is actually the commit message, and what you wrote in was the description. So it wants the commit message at the top. That's the only thing.
So you see, like we have to keep something here in the summary. So by me committing, it means it sends everything in the
They allow it to go because there's nothing there. When I was looking at this, they committed.
it's committed. If you have 0 things, so it means it has committed.
Can tell you,
But that is 2 hours ago.
yes.
Save your script. Like it's already there, but you made the changes. You did not save. Can you go in your R?
Hey, you see changes?
Save that script. What do you call it? Control S. Just press Control S. Then go to your go to changes. So you see you had not saved it.
Can I also share mine from this end so that people have a look?
Your Git desktop?
Yes.
Do you have the changes?
Yes, I can see the changes.
Yeah, so can you just write a bit of a summary here? Like maybe now summary like visualization task, then commit the change. After you
So I'm
committing the
putting-
change,
So I put in the summary,
Yes.
the description, right?
Yeah, you keep it in the summary, not on the description. And then after that, you can always push to the origin, so it goes to your GitHub. And now when you open your GitHub page, you can see all these commits that you have done. From the first commit of you doing just the creation of the script, and now we have done the visualization and uploading the data. And then, yeah. Juniper, back to you. I think I'm done. Unless you have anything to add up.
Thank you so much. I hope everyone was able to do the commit and then push bit as well. And after that, you actually have to click on preview pull request, and then it shows you again the changes, and then it takes you to the GitHub page itself. So as Gloria is doing it on her computer, then it should come up that now we actually want to be merging back that branch onto the main, because we have done these changes on one, so you can see it here. So this is the create pull request.
So this is a pull request?
Yes, yes. So and you can see at the top that it's comparing the main and the testing branch. And then basically at the end, it said that there were no conflicts between the two things. You can see no conflicts between the branches, so merge pull request.
So you merging means the things branch goes to the main.
Yes, and confirm merge. And that is it. You can see pull request successfully merged and closed. You have the option of deleting this branch if you have finished with it, but we can keep using it, so you don't need to delete the branch every single time. So thank you so much. That's kind of how to wrap it up. What I would like to just show, and thank you so much, Gloria, again. Like, I know that it's quite a lot again that what we're doing, because we are doing GitHub Desktop. It's a new software again. We go into the RStudio, linking that up with Git, and then we use the whole new package and layer up these beautiful plots. So it is quite a lot, but I hope it's very exciting and everything. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. That I have put together some slides. So over here on Google Drive as well, there's a slide deck, which you can actually, you can double check. So it's step-by-step description of using GitHub Desktop. So if there's anything that was quite hard to follow or anything, please feel free to check, and I hope this will be really useful. I did quickly add just a whole slide on these branches because I think this is a term that's quite new, and I think this visualization is really helpful as well. Like, why are we using different branches, and kind of like we're trying to like keep this main project nice and beautifully working, and we want to create all these changes on another branch. So in case things break, it's very easy to find that fix. So with a lot of packages as well, you would have seen it that you can install stuff from CRAN, and CRAN is the stable version. If you install something from GitHub, so someone actually published it, and you go to GitHub to install a package, you can install the developer version, which could have bugs. And it usually says on GitHub as well that this has the latest functions, but there could be errors in there. So again, just to get used to these terms and everything. So please feel free to use the slides as well to go through anything. And this is also just a reminder that within RStudio, we do have this Git bit, and you can do all of this over there as well. So with Git, I think, there are lots of different concepts. There are lots of different software and setups and workflows. GitHub Desktop is just one way of visualizing and tracking these changes and committing things on your computer. All of this can be done within RStudio. It can be done in the terminal, like we did with Sarah's workshop as well. So this is again just giving you different versions of doing the same things, but whatever works for you. Like, I love visuals. I love it when I can actually see these branches and how it all works. That's really useful for me, instead of like maybe, like, I really like using the terminal because it's quick as well. But whatever feels right for you, go with that workflow. Just as a reminder that I'm really, really grateful for Gloria that you were able to swap the workshops, because I wasn't quite sure if my lungs would behave themselves by this Monday. But we did this swap between the communication workshop and Gloria's. And because we have only planned basically workshops until like the 17th of March, I'm just having a think, and please discuss this amongst yourselves as well, that it is March. So I was thinking we have this whole R Markdown and assignment publishing on GitHub, and I think that needs to be in a separate session, because again, we're going to be doing quite a lot of things. And if you guys want another workshop on any specific subject, or maybe going into actually modeling. So INLA is this big spatial model that like MAP is kind of like specializing in. So, I know that it has already been quite a commitment from all of you for Mondays to log on. So this is something, please have a think, and maybe next Monday we can have these chats. What you think, if you guys would be happy with a couple more workshops, or what you would prefer. Is there any topic as well that you would really like to cover? And assignments are coming. So at the next workshop as well, we're going to be going into all the fun assignments on writing and interviewing people and sending you guys out to do amazing things. I know already you're doing all the amazing things. Because of the networking session, I actually had a think. Because again, like, I'm so fascinated to hear about all your work and everything. And because we have been in breakout rooms, maybe not everyone has heard about everyone's work. So to make our communication workshop, to kick things off, I would really like everyone to do a bit of homework. So until next Monday, your homework is to create one slide. It needs to be wordless. No words are allowed on the slide, just visuals, just pictures. And you would have 3 minutes to explain your research, trying to follow the what, how, why flow. So I know that this is quite specific, and it is actually, it sounds quite easy, like, oh, just put together a slide with pictures and talk about your research. But when you realize that, okay, you're not allowed to use words on the slide, and you have 3 minutes, you have to actually practice to get everything in the right order and everything. So if everyone is happy with this, please come prepared, because I'm hoping to do this very quickly, that everyone goes around and we give the 3-minute talks with one slide. Again, log on, have the presentation ready, so you're sharing it from your screen. Or if anyone would prefer, just send the slides to me and I will share my screen. Does that sound good? Little bit of exercise? And something without codes. Look at that. We're switching gears a little bit. So thank you so much. If any questions come up, please let me know. I will send out an email about this specifically, just to make sure that everyone is able to prepare something fun. And it will be fantastic to hear about all your work and everything. With that, I hope it's all good. I can see that, Powell, you merged your branches. Fantastic. Congrats to everyone. Yes, I know that we are doing quite a lot, everyone. So I really hope that you're feeling really proud and everything. And it's all very exciting. So with that one, I'm just literally going to put in one more time all the surveys. Please fill out. And we have self-guided material on the website for you to practice all your GGP skills. So please fill that bit out as well to keep practicing. And please, if anyone comes up with a really cool figure, share it on our WhatsApp group or wherever you'd like. It would be cool to see what people come up with. I'm just going to put it in the chat. I've made a figure from today's workshop. Yeah, I hope it was really fun and useful and everything. Gloria, would you like anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I don't. I don't know if anyone knows. No anywhere in the room.
Fantastic. So thank you so much again, Gloria, for being in the room and leading this workshop as well. And thanks everyone online and for staying on longer as well. I hope it was fun. Have an amazing week. And if anyone wants to have like a one-on-one catch-up with me about anything, please give me an email, a message or something. And I will also try to set up maybe a few catch-ups if anyone would like. Yeah, that's all good.
So good. Thank you, Juniper.
Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing time in Tanzania and Zambia. I hope it's all fun. And enjoy the rest of the week and have a party in the office.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.